जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गंधर्विका गिरिधारी जीव की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्त्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग श्री श्री राधा नयननाथ जीव की जय। जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ देव की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिस्तोम विष्णुपाद परमहंस शिला भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिस्तोम विष्णुपाद परमहंस शिला भक्ति दैत माधव गोसाई महाराज की जय। जय नित्यलीला परिस्तोम विष्णुपाद परमहंस शिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। जय परमहंस शिला गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय शिशिला सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। जय वैष्णव सार्वभौम शिला जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की जय। जय श्री रूपानुग गुरुवारे की जय। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वसदि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपी गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंद श्याम कुंदात्मक श्री ब्रज मंदिर की जय। जय श्री नवद्वीप धाम की जय। जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय। जय श्री बलदेव सुभद्रा जगन्नाथ श्री सुदर्शन चक्र जीव की जय। जय श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी देवी की जय। जय सर्वविघ्न विनाशनकारी श्री नृसिंह देव की जय। जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जय समागत भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर परमानंदे हरि बोल। वंदे हम श्री गुरो श्री जुता पादकमला श्री गुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्री रूपं सग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितंश्च। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. We are hearing SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM, 4th canto. We heard how Dhruva was hurt by the behavior of his stepmother. Then, by the advice of his stepmother and also mother, he decided to worship Supreme Lord to fulfill his desire to get bigger kingdom, more higher position than any of his forefathers. And then he went to forest. Then Narad Goswami came there and he blessed him. He gave him process, and then Dhruva fully executed that process. What Narad told him, Dhruva did in toto. That is why his Supreme Lord was in his heart. Then all demigods, they felt suffocated. Then they went to Supreme Lord, and Supreme Lord said, yes, that is because of Dhruva's austerities. I will go to him, you don't worry. Then Supreme Lord came in front of Dhruva, but Dhruva's eyes were closed. Why? Because he was meditating on the form of Supreme Lord within. So in order to make him open his eyes, Supreme Lord by his will took away that form in heart. Only by the will of Krishna we can see him, not without. Then Dhruva was surprised. Then he opened eyes. Then he saw same form what he was meditating within. He saw now outside. And we heard this last time. When Dhruva Maharaj saw his Lord just in front of him, he was greatly agitated and offered him obeisances and respect. He fell flat before him like a rod and became absorbed in love of Godhead. Dhruva Maharaj in ecstasy looked upon the Lord as if he were drinking the Lord with his eyes, kissing the lotus feet of the Lord with his mouth, and embracing the Lord with his arms. Because Bhagavan is Bhajanya Guna Vishishta. Whoever will come in contact with him, he cannot but worship him. So attractive. that everyone wants to worship him. Satam vivakshantam atadvidam harir Gyatvasya sarvasya cha hridyavastitaha kritanjalim brahmamayena kambuna pasparsha balam kripaya kapole. Although Dhruva Maharaj was a small boy, he wanted to offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in suitable language. Naturally, he, out of love for him, getting his darshan, then love was there. Naturally, he wanted to sing his glories, to serve him. But because he was inexperienced, uneducated that time, he could not adjust himself immediately. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, being situated in everyone's heart, could understand Dhruva Maharaj's awkward position. Out of his causeless mercy, he touched his conch shell to the forehead of Dhruva Maharaj, who stood before him with folded hands. Some versions, they say he touched on his cheek. Some versions say he touched on his neck. But the main point is, he blessed him. He saw that desire to worship him, to sing his glories, and then he gave him that power to sing his glories. As we will see now, Dhruva will say this. Savai tadeva pratipaditam giram devim parigyata paratma nirnaya tam bhakti bhavo vyagrinat asatvaram parishrotoru shravasam Dhruva kshitih. At that time, Dhruva Maharaj became perfectly aware of the Vedic conclusion and understood the absolute truth and his relationship with all living entities. In accordance with the line of devotional service to the Supreme Lord, whose fame is widespread, Dhruva, who in the future would receive a planet which would never be annihilated, even during the time of dissolution, offered his deliberate and conclusive prayers. So this is the point. When we are inclined to serve Krishna, then by his grace he will appear in our heart and everything will be very clear to us, what is what. By realization, not by theoretical knowledge, but by realization. He was a small boy, he had no education, no Vedic study of scriptures, nothing. But these prayers, what he will say, even big munis and rishis, they cannot understand. Because this is realized knowledge, what he will say. He got that blessing by Supreme Lord, he got darshan and also blessing. Everything was revealed in his heart. Similarly, like when Rishinga Bhagavan blessed Prahlad Maharaj, everything was revealed in his heart. So, or Brahma, when he surrendered to Supreme Lord, then Krishna blessed him, then everything was revealed in his heart. This is real Harikatha. When we get the grace of Supreme Lord, and by his grace we speak about his glories for his satisfaction and his hearing. Bhaktivinoda Thakur also expressed this in his song, Shri Radha Krishna Pada Kamalemon. There one line is there, Siddha Dehodia Brindavana Maje Sebamrita Korodan Piyaya Prem Mata Korimore Shunu Nijogunugan. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying to Radha Krishna, you please give me my transcendental spiritual form, that is devotional form, and give me the service of your lotus feet in Vrindavan. Make me drink the love for you. You bless me. You give me that prem to drink. Then in that intoxicated state, by drinking that prem, I will sing your glories and you will hear also. So this is real Harikatha. Harikatha is non-different from Hari, but it must be real Harikatha. When someone is inclined to serve, then by the grace of Krishna, he will speak what Krishna wants and Krishna will hear. That is why it is written in Shastra, I think it is in Mahabharata, Sanatana Goswami and Jiva Goswami, they quoted that you should not hear Harikatha from a non-devotee, because that will not be Harikatha. Though he may speak Bhagavatam verses or anything like Harikatha, but if he's not a devotee, then that will not be Harikatha actually. It will not have that effect. It will not be non-different from Supreme Lord, even it will be harmful. Because wrong conceptions will come and ulterior desires. And example is given in Shastra, like milk is nutritious item. But if it is touched by the tongue of a serpent, poisonous, then that milk you cannot take it. It will be harmful to you. I heard from our Bharati Maharaj that once it happened in one mat near Hyderabad, Srila Bhakti Kumud Chanta Goswami Maharaj, one center there or something. So somehow snake came and touched the milk, but no one knew. Then when they were drinking, then everyone became sick. They had to go to hospital and everything. So like that, Harikatha, if it is polluted by ulterior desires, not with devotion, then it cannot. And Jiva Goswami in Bhakti Sandarbha, you will find there are two kinds of speakers of Harikatha, Saraga and Viraga. Saraga means one who has some ulterior motives, intentionally some ulterior motives. He wants something, money or name and fame or whatever. And one who is viraga, without any these material desires, but for the satisfaction of Krishna. So you have to hear this one, virag. And how you will know? Because that viraga speakers, Harikatha, will touch your heart. Jiva Goswami explained. So there was one example in Navadip town, in Navadip Dham, Koladip. One famous Bhagavatam speaker, he invited Gorkishore Das Babaji Maharaj to come to his Bhagavad Katha because he wanted to make it more famous. Babaji Maharaj was famous as a Siddha Baba. So if even Gorkishore Das Babaji is coming to listen his Harikatha, then it will be like very big event. But Babaji Maharaj did not come. Then after some time, that speaker, he came to where Babaji Maharaj was staying, and he put his stage and everything there to look like as if Babaji Maharaj is sitting in his Harikatha. Then that Bhagavad Saptaha was over. Then he left. Then Babaji Maharaj told to some of his followers there, now you clean this place with cow dung and Ganga water. You have to clean it. Then they said, why Babaji Maharaj? Here Bhagavatam was spoken, it's very pure. Then Babaji Maharaj, in surprise, he asked, oh, you heard Bhagavatam? I did not hear any Bhagavatam. I heard only money, money, money. Means that person was speaking to get money for maintenance, not for the satisfaction of Krishna. And Babaji Maharaj said, this is offense. So this is impure. You have to purify this place now. So this Harikatha, which is coming by the blessing of Krishna to a surrendered soul, like Dhruva or like Prahlad or like Brahma or like Bhaktivinoda Thakur showed, that is real Harikatha. So here it is written, Dhruva never read any Vedas, but here it is written, became perfectly aware of the Vedic conclusion, Vedic Siddhanta, means pure devotion, we will see. So, and he understood the absolute truth, means Supreme Lord, and his relationship with all living entities, his supreme eternal master, and we all other living entities are his eternal servants. When you see Supreme Lord, you also see yourself in relation to him, your real self, and the real self of all others. Like in Gita it is written, when sun comes up, then sun will show himself and also all other things in proper perspective. Like that, when that knowledge by which ignorance is destroyed will descend, then you can see yourself, real self, and real self of all others. So Dhruva saw it. Dhruva Uvach. Yontah pravishya mama vacham imam prasuptam sanjivayatyakila shakti dharah swadhamna anyamscha hasta charana shravanattvakadin pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. Dhruva Maharaj said, my dear Lord, you are all powerful. After entering within me, you have enlivened all my sleeping senses, my hands, legs, ears, touch, sensation, life force, and especially my power of speech. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Here, Srila Sai Maharaj is commenting, Dhruva Maharaj could understand very easily the difference between his condition before and after attaining spiritual realization and seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. He could understand that his life force and activities had been sleeping. Unless one comes to the spiritual platform, his bodily limbs, mind, and other facilities within the body are understood to be sleeping. Unless one is spiritually situated, all his activities are taken as a dead man's activities or ghostly activities. There is one verse in Gita, what is day for transcendentalists is night for materialists. And what is day for materialist is night for transcendentalist. Means, for materialist, day is this material activities. He's very active in material activities. That is day for him. Because during daytime we are active, nighttime inactive. So he's active in all material activities, but that is night for transcendentalists. He's not engaged in any materialistic activities. And when the transcendentalist works is active, that is service of Krishna, materialist that is night for him, no action. So Dhruva understood. Now Vishwanath Thakur also explained this. Entering within me means by his Swarup Shakti, that potency of devotion, he entered into him and he awakened all these senses for the service of Krishna. Life force, senses, everything. Awakened, so that means awakened in the sense of they will be engaged for the service of Krishna. This is one proof, Shastric proof, that every living entity has dormant love for Supreme Lord in his real self. But when we are averse to Supreme Lord, we want to enjoy Maya, then we are in false ego in this, then that is like sleeping or like lost or blocked. But it is there because Supreme Lord is all attractive and we are all eternally related to him, and that natural attraction like iron to magnet is there, but it may be covered or blocked or distorted or perverted. Like water, its nature is liquidity, but under certain circumstances water can become ice or that vapor, but that is not his natural dharma, natural position. When those causes will be removed, then that water will regain that natural, that was never lost, but it was like lost or dormant. So then in proper condition that nature will again manifest. Like that, we have that dormant love for Krishna, all living entities, and when we come in touch with Swarup Shakti, then that is awakened. And another one example, Prahlad Maharaj gave when Sanda and Tamarka teachers, they asked him, how you got this? From whom you learned this devotion? We did not teach you, and other boys they don't have. From where you learned? You tell the name of that person. Then Dhruva said, no one spoiled my mind. It is by nature. Supreme Lord spoiled my mind. He is like a magnet and I am like iron. The natural attraction is there. So that is also one scriptural evidence that devotion is there, but we need the grace of Swarup Shakti, internal potency of Supreme Lord, in concrete form, that means pure devotee, to awaken that and to get that power and way how to engage in the service of Krishna. That is non-different. Swarup Shakti is non-different from Krishna. That is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Radha Krishna, you give me that prem, then in that intoxicated state I will sing your glories for your satisfaction. That is real devotion and real Harikatha. When we submit to Swarup Shakti. Without submitting, that cannot be awakened. Srila Bhakti, and yes, that is Rupa Goswami wrote in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhava sasadana bidha nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatam hridhi sadhyata. What is sadhana bhakti? Definition. That is when you engage your senses under the guidance of bona fide pure devotee for the service of Krishna with the view, with the goal to get bhava, means love for Krishna. That is called sadhana bhakti. And then nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatan hridhi sadhyata. This bhava, this love for Krishna is nitya siddha. It is eternally existing. It is not that now it is not there and then it will be produced. By sadhana it will be produced. No. Nitya siddhasya bhavasya. it is eternally existing. Nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatyam hridhi sadhyata. But it will be prakat, it will manifest. The sadhana bhakti will manifest that in the heart, in the atma. Prakatyam hridhi sadhyata means attainment, means not producing, but attainment means revealing that or manifesting. And Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he wrote it in Bengali, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabu Noy Shravanadi Shuddha Chite Koroya Udoy. This is eternally existing, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabu Noy. It is not something to be produced or something to be gotten, attained from someone, borrowed or given, like, no. It is not sadhya, something to be attained or gotten or produced. Shravan Adi means Shravan, Kirtan, Smaran, all these sadhana bhakti. Proper sadhana bhakti means under the guidance of pure devotee with surrender. Then Shuddha Chitte, when your heart will be purified, Kore Udoy, it will manifest, it will arise, it will be visible, like sun will arise, it will be visible, but it's not produced. So here Dhruva felt that what was before, and now by his grace everything became alive for his. It was already there before, but it was sleeping. Now I'm feeling it was awakened. Our eternal self is already existing eternally, and our attraction for Krishna is already existing. Our eternal relation with Krishna is existing, but it may be dormant due to influence of Maya. When we are averse to Krishna, don't want to serve him, then it is dormant, covered, like covered with rust. Our Gurudev told iron covered with rust, then you will not see that iron is attracted to magnet because of rust. But that does not mean that real nature of iron is not to be attracted and real nature of magnet is to attract. That is there, is existing. But due to this cause, it is not manifested, not seen. But it is not created. It is Nitya Siddha. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has composed a song in which he addresses himself. O living entity, get up. How long shall you sleep on the lap of Maya? Now you have the opportunity of possessing a human form of body. Now try to get up and realize yourself. And the Vedas also declare, get up, get up. You have the opportunity, the boon of the human form of life. Now realize yourself. These are the Vedic injunctions. Jagrato, there is one verse in one Upanishad, I forgot the Sanskrit. There also it says, you wake up, wake up. And of course you all know this song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Jeev Jago, Jeev Jago. Gaura Chanda Bole, Koto Nidra Jao Maya, Pishachiro Kole, in the lap of Maya. How long you will sleep? Jeev Jago, Jeev Jago. You wake up, Jeev. Bojibo bolia ese sangsara bithore. Bhulia rohile tumi abidyara bhore. You said you will worship me in the womb, but when you came out, then you forgot everything. Bhulia rohile tumi abidya, you in Maya, in Obidya, ignorance. Tomare loite ami hoinu avatar. Ami bina bandhu ar ke ache tomar. to rescue you, I appeared in this world. Mahaprabhu is telling, or in another explanation also Nityananda Prabhu. I appeared in this world only to rescue you, to take you. I am your only friend in this world. No one is your friend. Friend means well-wisher. In this world, everyone has their own selfish interests. They want to exploit you for their own purpose. No one is actually thinking about your welfare. Or even if they are like very loving, but they can think only of your material welfare, like for food, clothes, but not eternal, real welfare. That is only Supreme Lord can give, and He is pure devotee. Enechi Oshadi Maya Nashi Barolagi Harina Mahamantra Lao Tumi Magi. I brought this medicine, Enechi Oshadi Maya Nashi Barolagi, to destroy this Maya. I brought medicine. This Harina Mahamantra, you should want it, you beg for it, you take it. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, by his own example, is saying, Bhakati Vinod Prabhu Charane Porya. He fell at the lotus feet of Prabhu, means either Nityananda Prabhu or Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Say Harinam mantra loilo magia. I got that Mahamantra after begging for that. I requested, begging for Mahamantra, and I got. And by chanting this Mahamantra gotten from bona fide preceptorial channel, pure devotee, that will destroy our Maic existence. Dhruva Maharaj actually experienced that upon enlightenment of his senses on the spiritual platform, he could understand the essence of Vedic instruction. That the Supreme Person is the Supreme Godhead is the Supreme Person. He is not impersonal. Swami Maharaj all the time he is stressing on this point in many of his classes or commentaries, that you should not think Supreme Tattva is impersonal. That Mayavad is very dangerous thing. If that will enter into that conception, then that is very most impure thing that you can have. Bhaktivinoda Thakur in one song he sang that some materialist, if he gets sadhu sangha very quickly, he can be rescued, he can become pure devotee quickly. But if in someone this Mayavad already entered inside, it's very difficult to bring him out. Very difficult. So Sai Maharaj is giving importance. Of course, also very, very dangerous also after Mayavad happened, those Dharma Dvaji or Sahajiya, these Apasampradayas, they are not saying Supreme is impersonal. They are speaking like devotees, but their conception is wrong. On material platform, they want to imitate or some immoral activities like this. That is also very dangerous, very difficult. But everything is possible to remove and to be cured of anything by the grace of a real bona fide pure devotee, realized soul. Everything is possible. They come to rescue us. Dhruva Maharaj could immediately understand this fact. He was aware that for a very long time he was practically sleeping, and he felt the impetus to glorify the Lord according to the Vedic conclusion. A mundane person cannot offer any prayer or glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he has no realization of the Vedic conclusion. Dhruva was not studying any Shastra, but he got mantra from bona fide Guru. There the truth about Supreme Lord, Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana, everything is there inside. By cultivating that, he got darshan and everything was clearly revealed in his heart. When Dhruva Maharaj, therefore, found this difference within himself, he could immediately understand that it was because of the causeless mercy of the Lord. He offered obeisances to the Lord with great respect and reverence, completely understanding that the Lord's favor was upon him. This spiritual enlivenment of Dhruva Maharaja's senses and mind was due to the action of the internal potency of the Lord. Yes, this is from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. We need that Swarup Shakti, grace. Then devotion within us can be awakened. In this verse, therefore, the word Swadhamna means by spiritual energy. Spiritual enlightenment is possible by the mercy of the spiritual energy of the Lord, Swarup Shakti. And that in concrete form is bona fide Guru. The chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra is first addressed to the spiritual energy of the Lord Hare. This spiritual energy acts when a living entity fully surrenders and accepts his position as an eternal servitor. When a person places himself at the disposal or order of the Supreme Lord, that is called Sevonmukha, like inclined to serve. I am at your disposal. How you want me to serve you. You are ready to serve him as per his desire. That is Sevonmukata. You are Sevonmukata, inclined to serve. At that time, the spiritual energy gradually reveals the Lord to him. Without revelation by the spiritual energy, one is unable to offer prayers glorifying the Lord. That is why only devotee can speak Harikatha, and we should hear Harikatha only from devotee, not from non-devotee, or some paintings of Krishna by non-devotee that you cannot see or worship, or some concocted mantras or names or something. No, only from devotee. But devotees, they are on different levels. Like Uttamadhikari, he has direct perception, everything. Madhyam also up to some extent. But beginner, he does not have direct realization of Supreme Lord, so then how he will speak Harikatha, Shravan Kirtan? What he has heard from bona fide Guru and from bona fide Shastra, that he should hear and that he should repeat for his own sadhana, for devotional practice, not to teach to others or to show to others, I have so much knowledge, you don't know anything. No, that will not be sadhana. Sadhana means I have to practice Shravan Bhakti and I have to practice Kirtan Bhakti. Kirtan Bhakti means to speak the glories. To sing the glories, to speak the glories, this is all Kirtan. So, with humbleness, we should recite what we have heard from Guru and Vaishnava and bona fide authentic Shastra for our purification. Then by this practice, then that realization also will come. But should not speak from your own mind, speculation and your own ideas. That will not be beneficial to you nor to anyone else. We have to accept what bona fide acharyas say. Any amount of philosophical speculation or poetic expression by mundane persons is still considered to be the action and reaction of the material energy. when one is actually enlivened by the spiritual energy, all his senses become purified and he engages only in the service of the Lord. At that time, his hands, legs, ears, tongue, mind, genitals, everything engage in the service of the Lord. Such an enlightened devotee no longer has any material activities, nor has he any interest in being materially engaged. Because now he sees this is real activity and he's getting bliss, transcendental bliss, and it is wanted. Devotee wants this. In comparison with this, he is not interested in anything, those sense enjoyment. That is why one who comes on the stage of Ruchi, he naturally says, not by mouth only, but naturally, from the core of heart, he says, I don't want any money, followers, non-eternal relations, name and fame, poetic talent, nothing. I don't want any. I only want devotion to you, birth after birth. He's not even wanting any liberation or anything. Because already he's liberated. In the sense, he's not bound by this material body. He does not care what body he has or whatever. Only he wants to serve Krishna. Wherever by the will of Krishna he will be put, he wants to serve him. That is because of having taste, ruchi. Already he tasted devotion, pure devotion. That is why he has no any other desires. Then in that platform, also that desire to attain some particular bhav of Brajavasis will gradually appear, then he can engage himself in Raganuga sadhana based on that ruchi. He will follow the ruchi, taste. Not because Shastra says you have to worship Supreme Lord, otherwise you will suffer, you will go to hell, it is your duty to worship. No, that is nothing to him. He wants to serve Krishna because he's getting so much taste from that in Ruchi stage. But on the Asakti stage, his inclination will be more to the object of worship. Before it is more on bhajan. There is also bhajaniya, object of worship, but predominance is on bhajan. But in Asakti, it is predominance is on bhajaniya, the object of worship. So he has no any interest in being materially engaged. We may say by mouth, or we may accept the position of pure devotee. We can put on sannyas dress or like this, but what is in our heart is there. Krishna knows. So there is no use of imitating or exploiting others in the name of I am advanced devotee, I am sannyasi, I am guru, or like this, because Krishna knows everything and he can make that arrangement when you will be attracted to material enjoyment and you will go for that, because such urge will come to show that what is the real your position. That is why we have to be very careful to stay in sadhu sangha and also to obey, to follow the instructions of sadhu. Then gradually we can become purified and then we can attain those stages. Then there is safety region after getting taste and attachment like this. this process of purifying the senses and engaging them in the service of the Lord is known as bhakti, or devotional service. In the beginning, the senses are engaged by the direction of the spiritual master and Shastra. And after realization, when the same senses are purified, the engagement continues. That is in spontaneous way, not being regulated and directed, but in a spontaneous way by that your taste, by your ruchi. The difference is that in the beginning the senses are engaged in a mechanical way, but after realization they are engaged in spiritual understanding by realization and that taste. We heard yesterday, Srila Bongo Sai Maharaj nicely translated that we have to follow Vaidhi, Bhakti means regulated by Shastra and Guru, as long as those bhavas don't manifest in our heart. But when those bhavas will manifest, that transcendental taste and that longing, extreme desire to follow like some Brajabasi, then when this will happen naturally, Guru will know it. Guru knows everything. As I told Prabhupada, he knew which his disciple is doing what desire he has, everything. Guru knows. So that time Guru will appear and he will engage you in Raganuga sadhana. That is also sadhana until fully that prema is gotten. You have to develop that devotion, spontaneous devotion. So there is also development. Ekas tvam eva bhagavan idam atma shaktya maya kyayoru gunaya mahat adi ashesham shrishtvanu vishya purushastat asad guneshu naneva darushu vibhava suvat vibhasi. My Lord, you are the Supreme One, but by your different energies, you appear differently in the spiritual and material worlds. You create the total energy of the material world by your external potency, and after creation you enter within the material world as the super soul, Paramatma. You are the Supreme Person, and through the temporary modes of material nature, you create varieties of manifestation, just as fire, entering into wood of different shapes, burns brilliantly in different varieties. So how Dhruva knows this? He saw it, everything. He realized. There are transcendental creations. They are not creations. They are eternally existing by the spiritual potency, internal potency of Krishna. And there Krishna is manifested as Bhagavan in different forms, in different leelas. There Krishna is supreme. He knows, and that same supreme also by his external material potency, he creates these material universes, material creation, and he enters also as super soul, and everything is animated like fire is in different kind of woods, but it will burn there. So there are varieties of material manifestation, but behind Paramatma is there, Supreme Lord. So he's manifested differently here than there. Dhruva could see this. Tvat dataya vayu nayedam achashta vishvam supta prabuddha ivanata bhavat prapanna tasya pavargya sharanam tava padamulam Vismaryate krita vida katham artha bandho. O my master, Lord Brahma is fully surrendered unto you. In the beginning you gave him knowledge, and thus he could see and understand the entire universe, just as a person awakens from sleep and visualizes his immediate duties. You are sleeping and you're dreaming so many things, or dreamless sleep, then when you wake up, then you understand, oh yes, I have to do this, brush teeth and bath, and I have this job, everything is there. So like that, Brahma, in the beginning, he could not know anything. Then after doing tapasya, by the instruction of Supreme Lord, after doing tapasya, then Supreme Lord appeared and gave him knowledge, then everything was clear. What I have to do? I have to create this thing, this world. Brahma understood. Like awakened, I understood. You are the only shelter of all persons who desire liberation, and you are the friend of all who are distressed. How, therefore, can a learned person who has perfect knowledge ever forget you? Impossible. One who has perfect knowledge ever forget you? Impossible. Like if you are thirsty and someone gives you one glass of sand to drink and one glass of water to drink. If you try to drink that sand, then you will not quench your thirst. But if you drink water, then you know, yes. So after knowing, it is impossible that you will at any time choose that thing. Impossible, because practical experience you have perfect knowledge. So when one realizes Supreme Lord, how he can forget? That is why, like our Gurudev told to that devotee who asked, why is it that someone accepts the position of pure devotee and then he falls down into sense gratification? Then Guru said, that is not possible. Realized soul, after tasting Supreme Lord, he cannot be attracted to sense gratification. So there are different levels of devotees and different levels of realization also, and also sometimes due to offense to some devotee, as punishment, those material desires will appear, and you will go for that, just to give you lesson that you should not offend devotee, because by devotee we get devotion, and devotion will make us engaged in the service of Krishna and detached from sense enjoyment. But if you commit offense to devotee, means you will lose devotion, then you will have these other desires. So it's very careful, this Vaishnava aparad, we have to be very careful, and we have to always be in sadhu sangha with submission and service mood and glorifying mood, all this, and also to follow their instruction. Then gradually we can come out from this Maya and we can get taste of serving Supreme Lord and lose all taste for anything else. But there is a process. So if I think by immature understanding, I think, oh, now I am supreme position, now I am Guru, I am Uttamadhikari, I am this and this, and I misbehave with those who are really more advanced devotees, and also with others, I am like this, then in order to that I will receive lesson, then Krishna will make such arrangement that you will fall down for your lesson, to realize the fact that without the grace of devotee, we cannot have devotion. So we have to be submissive to devotees, not to cut them or to offend them like this. So tomorrow we will hear further what Dhruva Maharaj is speaking by the grace of Supreme Lord, perfect knowledge from perfect realization. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Shri Radha Madan Mohan Panchatatatmak Shri Gaura Hari ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Shri Radha Nayananath Ji ki Jai. Jai Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Dev ki Jai. Jai Patit Pavan Shila Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Shila Parang Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Shila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Rupanuga Guruvare ki Jai. Jai Shri Pancha Tattva Prabhu ki Jai. Jai Shri Brinda Devi Tulsi Devi ki Jai. Jai Sarva Vigna Vinashanakari Shri Nrishingadev ki Jai. Jai Shri Pralat Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Shri Dhruva Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Shri SRIMAD BHAGAVATAM ki Jai. Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Samagatam Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai. Gaur Pramanande Hari Bol. Thank you all. Dandavat Pranam. Hari Bol.